Hey you, been a while. Got reasons? Not gonna talk about them today. I grew up in a pretty religious family and didn't pay too much attention in school, so I never exactly got the talk when I was younger. Way back in the late 90s when the internet screamed at you for trying to turn it on, like my ex-girlfriend, I used to go around my neighbor's house and watch him browse the early web, and I saw some pretty weird, messed up stuff. Everything I learned about sex and relationships I learned online, back when the internet was almost exclusively populated by angry, nerdy, white, straight dudes, and I soaked up all that delicious hatred and anger and became quite a nasty little shit behind closed doors. I was stupidly impressionable, and after ingesting hundreds of stories about nice guys who'd been put in the friend zone while ingesting as much porn as I could find, I got it into my head that sex and women were these games that I had to win at. Growing up, I put a lot of people through a lot of shit, through either being a bully or a bad boyfriend or just a creepy stranger on the internet, and it took me way too long to recognize and change these behaviors, and I'm not proud of my past at all. However, a few years ago, I realized I had a responsibility to do something good with all the power and influence that you've given me through watching and sharing my videos, and I figured since so many of my mistakes in life came from ignorance and a deep misunderstanding of sex, then what better than to share with you everything I wish I'd known growing up. If I can just stop one person from thinking, feeling, or acting the way I did, then maybe something good can come from all the bad. Late 2013, I released a video called The Sex Talk, which was just that, a quick introduction to sex and sexuality and reproduction and just all things sex. And I've also just released a video about puberty, and in a couple of weeks I'll be doing a video about porn, and then I promise I'll be done talking about sex and you'll never have to hear the word sex come out of my mouth again, hopefully. Sex. I know it's not exactly my place as a lol random comedy guy to make videos like this, but whilst there are a lot of amazing YouTubers out there doing great sex ed videos, unless someone actively seeks out this information, they're not gonna find it. And since I see a lot of myself in you guys and I didn't know what I didn't know, I figured why not just surprise people with some free knowledge. Yeah, I'm great fun at parties. Now I know I have a lot of young kids in my audience, and maybe some of them are too young to be exposed to stuff I mention in these videos, but the fact is, if they are already able to browse the internet unsupervised, then I know from personal experience that they are at risk of being exposed to much worse, so I may as well try and arm them for that. Kids either need supervision or a decent education before being let loose on the internet. So please do check out the sex talk and the puberty talk and the porn talk when it eventually comes out, and share them about if you think that other people could benefit from the stuff I say in them. I also did a video over on the Rise Above channel about my own personal awkward experiences with puberty, so maybe watch that with your face. The Rise Above campaign is all about equipping young people such as yourselves with the skills and resilience to tackle whatever life may throw at you. And life will throw a lot of things at you, it does that. Like this guy who keeps soaring. Stop. Okay, thanks for watching, and I hope that clears things up a bit. TomSka out.